What if building a Web3 solution was as easy as stacking blocks? Well, do I have news for you? Stay tuned. What's up, guys? I'm Carl, head of DevRel at QuickNode. Today, I want to show you a proof of concept that I've put together for you. In this proof of concept, I've demonstrated how we might be able to take the building blocks that QuickNode provides and allow you to build a Web3 solution with a visual editor. Historically, I've always thought of these building blocks as QuickNode's products. Something like this. Over time, as we've added these products, we've started to see that it's not immediately clear when you just look at the product at face value as to how they might integrate together. But if instead we look at the building blocks as to the capabilities or features within these products, that starts to become more clear. So let's say somebody sends a transaction to address 1, and that's identified through a quick alert. What if that transaction is an NFT? Do we care about the information about that NFT, its metadata, such as what project it's from, what traits it may have, etc.? Of course we do, right? And that is a feature within IPFS. What if we want to send a follow-up transaction thanking the person for sending us that NFT? Well, then all of a sudden we are integrating in with RPC to be able to piece those together, right? And these are not things that are initially clear, maybe, when we look at things at face value, but as we start to get down and break things apart, this becomes more obvious. But what if maybe we went a step further? As I just explained, we might have the concept of triggers and actions, right? Where we had that transaction to address 1, and there were a set of actions that ended up following. Well, this is really, I think, the way that we should be looking at the world of Web3 is across products, features. It doesn't really matter. There's potentially just triggers and actions. So now maybe let's even get rid of the concept and the color coding around products at all. Triggers could be on-chain activity, they could be API calls, they could probably even be a cron job running on a schedule. And then we can carry out actions. I took this and I started to build a visual editor out of this using a tool called Tines. Tines is pretty powerful. It allows us to just build workflows, and within those workflows, I can create templates that not only myself, but others can use. So for example, I can have a template that I've created here that leverages a QuickNode function. Well, why does it need to be a template and within a group like this? Because if someone were to take that and drag that into their product, it should, or their workflow, it should probably first check to see, hey, does that user have the function deployed on their QuickNode account? If not, go ahead and deploy it, right? So I've gone ahead and built that out thanks to the new APIs that allow us to control almost all of the products QuickNode offers, from streams to functions to quick alerts, etc. You can now create these using APIs. With this, I was able to put together a very simple example here of 2 capabilities that I've built out using QuickNode functions, such as getting a whale transaction for the latest block, and then getting the cross-chain USDC balance for wallet address. The wallet addresses will be the addresses that had whale transactions in that block. For that reason, there might be multiple, so we'll use this event transformation feature to go ahead and iterate over each of those transactions, run this, and then another transformation to stitch it back together. And at the end, Tines has this beautiful feature right here that'll allow us to go ahead and just write a prompt for the how to format the output as opposed to me writing some code to do it. Work easier, get things done very quickly. I love it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run it, and we'll see it's going through, running these events. Tines is very nice functionality where it'll display to you the output. So we can already see here that the output from this function, okay, here's the output for it. And in the body, we'll see that there were 4 transactions it found. I've determined that a whale transaction is any transaction over 5 ETH. And I've created a nice clean output for that here, saying how much was the value, who it was from, who it was to. And again, remember that we had 4 transactions that were identified. For that reason, we can see here that these events fire 4 times. So one time for each of the transactions, it's gone ahead and checked the cross-chain USDC balance for those addresses. Let's go ahead and look at the output of that. This is one of the 4 outputs. USDC balance. Okay, this person has a 33,000 USDC balance on Ethereum, none on Optimism. For now, my cross chain is just 2 chains. Obviously, we can expand it even further if we wanted. And lastly, we have this nice, pretty AI prompt that formats our output. And we can see the list of all of the whale transactions. This address had a whale transaction of value over 6 ETH, and they have zero balance, zero balance. Here's that one that we were looking at here that had a 33,000 balance. So this is just a very simple example of how we could stitch together various features on the QuickNode platform using a visual editor. And I'd love for some feedback, what you guys might be looking for, which products you might want to see stitched together and in what way. Love to build it for you, get some feedback and iterate. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button below, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.